Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Super English Podcast 2. I'm your host, Zoji, and I'm so glad you've decided to join me today. I'm going to share a powerful, focused 15-minute daily routine that will completely transform the way you speak English. This isn't a magic trick. It's a method based on how your brain is actually designed to learn a language. It's simple, it's effective, and it's something you can start doing the moment this episode ends. So, if you're ready to turn your passive knowledge into active, confident speaking, let's get started. First, let's talk about why just 15 minutes can be more powerful than hours of traditional study. Most people think that to get better at a language, they need to block out huge chunks of time for lessons, textbooks, and exercises. While those things have their place, they often miss the most important ingredient for fluency: consistency. Your brain isn't a computer that you can just upload information to. It's more like a muscle. If you go to the gym for 5 hours once a month, you won't see much progress. But if you go for just 15 minutes every single day, you'll build strength and endurance. Language learning works exactly the same way. The truth is, your brain learns language best through small, regular, and repeated contact. This daily exposure keeps your brain in English mode. It starts to build neural pathways that make retrieving words and forming sentences faster and more automatic. It's about creating a habit. 10 minutes a day is about 7.5 hours of focused practice over a month. That's more high-quality practice than many people get from a weekly class. The goal here is to shift your mindset. We're moving away from the idea of studying English and moving towards using English. Fluency isn't about knowing every single grammar rule perfectly. It's about the ability to express your thoughts and feelings naturally, without hesitation. It's about flow. This routine is designed to build that flow, to help you stop translating in your head and start thinking directly in English. And the best part? You don't need a teacher, a classroom, or an expensive course. You can do this at home, in a park, on your commute, anywhere. You have 15 minutes to yourself. So, how does it work? I'm going to break down this 15-minute routine into 5 simple, easy-to-follow steps. I recommend setting a timer for each one to keep yourself on track. Step 1 is input. This will be for the first 3 minutes. Your task is to listen. Find a short piece of English audio. It could be a clip from a podcast, a news report, a short story, or even a scene from a TV show. The key is to choose something where you can understand about 80% to 90% of what's being said. It should be slightly challenging, but not so difficult that you feel lost. For these 3 minutes, just listen. Don't try to memorize or write anything down. Your only job is to absorb the sounds, the rhythm, and the intonation of the language. A great pro tip here is to use the same audio clip every day for a week. The first day, you might just get the main idea, but by the end of the week, you'll be amazed at the details, vocabulary, and sentence structures you start to notice. Step 2 is shadowing. This is also for 3 minutes. Shadowing is a powerful technique where you repeat what you're hearing, either at the same time as the speaker or just a second behind them. Play the same audio clip from step 1, but this time, speak along with it. Don't worry about being perfect or even understanding every word you're saying. The goal is to train the physical muscles in your mouth, tongue, and jaw to produce English sounds. Speaking is a physical skill, just like playing the piano or riding a bike. Shadowing builds that muscle memory, so your mouth learns to move in the way that English requires. It trains your pronunciation, speed, and melody all at once. It might feel strange at first, but this is one of the fastest ways to sound more natural. Step 3 is personalization for the next 3 minutes. Now, stop the audio. Think about 1 or 2 interesting phrases, new words, or key sentences you heard. Your task is to connect them to your own life. This step is crucial because it turns passive vocabulary into active knowledge. When you connect new information to your own experiences, feelings, and memories, your brain is much more likely to remember it. For example, if the audio mentioned a bustling city market, you could create sentences like, "I love visiting bustling city markets when I travel," or, "My own city doesn't have a bustling market, but I wish it did." By making it personal, you are telling your brain, "This is important information that relates to me," and you'll be able to recall it more easily in a real conversation. Step 4 is free speaking. This will be the longest step, at 4 minutes. This is your time to produce your own English. Set a timer for 4 minutes and talk about the topic from the audio clip. If you listened to a story about travel, talk about a trip you've taken. If you heard a news report about technology, share your opinion on it. There is only one rule. You cannot stop speaking for the full 4 minutes. Even if you pause, even if you make a mistake, even if you have to say, what was I saying? Just keep going. The goal here is not speed or perfection. It's flow. You are training your brain to keep thinking and speaking in English, even when it's difficult. At first, this will feel challenging, but over time, you'll find that your words start to come faster, and your sentences become more natural. And finally, step 5 is reflection. For the last 2 minutes, when your 4 minutes of speaking are up, take the last 2 minutes to just think. You don't need to write anything down. Just ask yourself a few questions. What felt easy during that practice? What was difficult? Were there any words I was searching for but couldn't find? Did I notice myself making the same mistake again and again? This simple act of reflection helps to solidify what you've learned and gives you a clear focus for your next practice session. Now, before we finish, I want to share 3 common mistakes that learners make with a method like this. The first mistake is skipping days. Remember, the power of this routine is in its consistency. Fluency grows from daily contact. If you stop for a week, you lose momentum and motivation. So the solution is simple. Even if you're incredibly busy, just do 5 minutes. A short version is always better than nothing. Keep the habit alive. The second mistake is wanting perfection. If you wait until you're ready or until your grammar is perfect, you will never speak. Language learning is messy, and that's okay. Fluency grows from repetition, not from perfection. Allow yourself to make mistakes. The goal is to focus on progress. The third mistake is practicing without emotion. If your practice feels boring, your brain won't care. The solution is to choose topics you genuinely love. Talk about your hobbies, your dreams, your goals. When you connect English to your real life and your passions, you create a stronger connection in your brain, and you stop forgetting it. Make English personal. So, my friends, now you know the secret. It's not a magic app or a perfect textbook. It's just 15 minutes. 15 minutes every single day. Listen, speak, personalize, free talk, and reflect. If you do this for 1 week, you will feel the difference. If you do it for 1 month, other people will notice the difference. And if you do it for 6 months, your fluency will explode. Remember, language is not learned in a classroom. It's built in small, daily moments. So start today. Set a timer for 15 minutes and begin your journey. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of English Fluency Journey. I'm Zoji, and until next time, keep learning, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. Bye for now.